Hello, this is Crystal here with your reading for November, Cancer, for November 2021. First of all, I would like to thank you for being here. Second of all, I would like to tell you that the cards are just here to give an indication. They are not here to determine your life, define your life, write your life into stone. It's not it. You have free will, you have power, you have agency, you are a participant in this life, in your life, and you can choose. These cards are an indication of what is possible when you make certain choices. Sometimes they can warn you so that you can make a different choice. Now, there are things here, Cancer, that will resonate with you, but there are things that may not resonate with you at all. So just leave them here. They're not for you. Don't take them along with you. If you don't resonate at all with this reading, then have a look at your rising sign or your moon sign reading, because sometimes you are more resonating with that. That happens. Okay, let's get into the cards. So this is a bit strange because we have this here, the Five of Cups. We start with a card that speaks of sadness. You feel a little bit down. Because we are talking about a month reading, I'm not going to read this as, big, intense energy. I feel this more is like things are down. You're seeing everything a little bit in the negative. Look, the horse's head is in the dark. And the cups are here in the light. So for me, that means that even though you are seeing everything dark in a dark way, there is light if you would look up. But maybe at this moment you don't want to look up for various reasons. Maybe you're feeling a little bit dejected, maybe rejected, maybe just a little bit depressed from everything that's happened. Maybe this is sort of weighing on you and it feels like you are letting it weigh you down. So this could be the Corona thing. This could be, you want change, but you don't see it happening. Maybe you are one of those people, like, like I am as well. Astrologically speaking, we are moving into a complete new era, complete new way of life, but we're fighting the old. We still have Pluto in Capricorn. We're still having that, that resisting everything that needs to go and then to be reborn. We're resisting that as a global energy. We're doing that, and that's why we have naysayers. That's where we have all these deniers. That's where we have all these people sort of getting violent on each other. But of course, this is not as big as that. But I feel maybe there are parts of that are bringing you down. Like, yet you think, what the hell? When is this change finally going to happen? I don't see it. And maybe it's very small in your personal life that you had something in your mind and you're not seeing it. Simple as that. You're not seeing it happening, and that makes you feel dejected, a little bit depressed, a little bit sad, a little bit, I don't know what the hell's going on. I feel that is a little bit that feeling, and that makes you not see the good. Now, this is repeated here. This is repeated here in the Nine of Swords, that sadness, that's even the stress of not seeing a way forward. But I'm going to start with this one, because this one has been drawing me from the first moment, the Four of Swords. I feel it's time for you to take a time out. To take a time out from overthinking this, because I feel here, okay, this is cups, this is about emotions, but there's also a lot of thoughts involved, a lot of overthinking things. And I feel it's time you take a step away from that overthinking, from thinking too much about, everything that could happen, that should happen, but that doesn't happen. It simply doesn't happen, not at this moment. It will, probably it will, but we're talking more 2023 here, when Pluto moves into Aquarius. In the meanwhile, I feel this is not for you to take a step away until 2023 and just lie there, go dormant. No, it's just a step away from your own negativity a little bit. And just, Yeah, I feel you have to rest up. I feel this negativity also comes from being a lot of, so involved that it has sucked your energy dry, that it has got your stress levels up and up and up. And we're this last card, that's why I'm saying really take a step away from it. Because if you don't take a step away from it, you're going to continue not see the good stuff that has happened. Because with these things that have been happening on a world level, on a global level, we have seen small changes as well. We have seen small things shifting already, and we have to see that. Now, you can choose to see those here. The five pentacles are in the window, or you can just walk past them and say it's not happening. It's never happening, and that keeps you in the dark. This is really a choice because look, you have these two last cards that are for me like a warning sign, like they are an advice and a warning. If you don't step back from this negativity, if you don't start to look up as well, but also just rest up and don't overthink it, step out of your head. If you don't do that, you're staying here in these dark cards. But if you manage to do that, you will see things, you will see the actual changes, you will see that things have gone better, that are things that you have been thinking about and that you have planning maybe in your own more limited or smaller life. I'm not talking globally here. Some things have come into your world and maybe you don't choose to see them, but they are there. And when you don't choose to see them, then your head stays in the dark. But they are there because the cups are in the light. And that's the same with these wands and these ships coming in. There have been changes in your world already. But maybe because you're so much in that thinking mood and overthinking it and a negative spiral, you need to step away from that negative spiral because it can really drown you. It can really bring you here in this completely all out depressed state and tense state and sad state. You don't want that, Cancer. You want to just step away now and just rest up and say, whatever is happening at the moment, I'm okay with that because there is nothing at this moment I can do actively to change what is happening. I just have to trust that everything is going to sort itself out. Now, if you choose to see all the good things that are in your life, yes, and that do happen, these two cards come into play. The Queen of Cups, you're getting on top of your emotions. Queen of Cups, for me, in this reading, also has a healing element, a healing of that sadness. You are willing now to look at these 5 cups that are in the light. But the Queen tells me that, yes, there is a healing element there. You're choosing to rest up, and after the rest, there comes a little bit more understanding of all these negative emotions, but also seeing the good. And with the Emperor at that Queen's side, well, he's not at her side, but I'm just reading them together because they are working together. The Emperor gives you the willpower to move on, to go on with your life and with doing the small things that you can do to bring in change, because you can bring in change. Sometimes you don't see it. Sometimes it's not happening as fast as you want it to, but there is little change happening. Only you have to just want to see it. Now, with this Queen, I feel that there is a possibility for you to look up and to see all that stuff, and that gets you more your emotions, your depression. Do that because the Queen has a little bit more power over her emotions and control. But with this Emperor, this gives you also the willpower to go after bringing in more change, and the willpower to overcome these dark cards, to step out. But you need to rest. And I'm going to have a look now. I used this deck first. I did that with somebody else, with another sign as well, because usually I use the Lightseer Tarot as the basic cards, and then I use these cards as the cards on top. I didn't do that now, so I'm going to use these cards as the clarifiers, the Lightseer Tarot as the clarifiers. Doesn't matter. It means the cards wanted me to read like that. Yeah. If you want to, you need to see behind the veil. You need to see behind, behind what is just in your face now, behind the darkness. You have to see, because there is so much happening and there is so much going on of little changes, and they are almost like they're happening behind the scenes, and that's why you don't see them very clearly, but they are happening. You just have to open your eyes and then you can see them. So it's important that you, with resting up, you will shift a little bit that negativity, and then you are able to see what is happening behind the scenes and the little things that you have done, that you have managed to bring in to have that change come in your life. Now, the King of Swords, on top of this Queen of Cups, is besides getting your emotions in check, it's also getting your thoughts in check. When you step back from the overthinking and from the spiral, that the downward spiral, the loop thinking, as I call it, it's over and over and over. When you get that in control as well, that shifts towards the Emperor, that shifts to, finally seeing what you need to see, because you have more control over thoughts and emotions. I feel the negativity is something you're doing to yourself as well by, just overthinking it, by not wanting to see a way out. And then you stay in that. Now, when you get a little bit, when you say, listen, okay, these thoughts, are they helpful or not? And you get them in check, then automatically you get your emotions in check, and vice versa. By getting your emotions in check, you get your thoughts in check. It's a little bit like, it works two ways. So the Eight of Swords here, you may think you are trapped, but with resting up, you will be free, because it's only an idea, it's only a thought that you are stuck in this negative place, that you can't do anything else, that you can't move out of it. It's just a thought, it's just a feeling that you are trapped. So the thought and the feelings, they work together, but you need to get out of them. And that you can only do by just stepping back, resting, and maybe contemplating a little, and not what you have in your mind. Because if you do get all these emotions and thoughts in check, you see things in a new way. You gain a fresh perspective, a new perspective. The Ace of Pentacles, for me, this is not about new money. This is now about, you seeing things in a different light. You see things differently. You have a different value as well, or different values that you find important. And you need to start tending to those values and tending to those the fresh perspective and the new ideas that you have, so they can take root. And that, of course, you have the Emperor here, it's on top of the Emperor. So the Emperor, with willpower, with strength, with, saying, I'm going to tackle this, I've got this. The Ace of Pentacles, the roots will be able to grow. So it is a question of another Five of Pentacles. Look, there's two. Now the Five of Pentacles here, this is one where I said, if you don't rest up, if you don't step out of that negativity and give yourself a little bit of respite and rest, you will walk past these new values and walk on and stay in the dark. Now here as well, but I feel this has more light. These Five of Pentacles have way more light, and there's a key there. Look, there's a key to that door. So there is this moment where you can look up. If you're staying in the sadness, you're not going to look up, and you're going to stay with the door is locked. But if you can step away and you embrace the Queen of Cups, the King of Swords, that Emperor, you see also behind the scenes what small changes you have done already and you have managed, and that globally have happened. Because it's with tiny steps that change happens, isn't it? Sometimes, yes, it comes in very aggressively, yes, and all of a sudden, but still there were many small things and small hints that went before the big change. And that is where we are at now. And that it's all behind the scenes work. So the new values, then you can unlock the door if you have rest up and you have this Queen activated, that King and that Emperor activated. You can pick up that key and unlock the door. But you have to be willing to get out of your state of mind at the moment. I think that is very important. Oh, that is a beautiful card to end with, because Not only has the star has that, like success wishes fulfilled, but it also has hope renewed. And this is when you open the door, hope is renewed. When you embrace these cards of, your fresh perspective, you see that you are working behind the scenes, you rest up, you embrace your King of Swords, your Queen of Cups, and your Emperor. There is also that healing power of the star. The star has healing power, and then you come out of this depression because you can walk, you can see, you can walk in through the door because you have the key now. You unlock the key to your potential to see the light versus the dark. And this may sound vague, but I think those cancers that are really struggling with this feeling really will understand what I'm saying here. I'm going to end with two message cards. The first is from the Moonology Oracle Cards deck by Yasmin Bolland, and I am going to pull the other one first as well, randomly. This is from the Enchanted Map Oracle. Okay, so what is this? Okay, if you were thinking I was just exaggerating here my negativity, your negativity, or your unwillingness to look up to see also that there's good things, then this card says enough. It's time to release negativity. It's the full moon in Scorpio. There's an intensity to this card, but there's also the intensity to release. It's time to let go. It's time to look up and see what is there. It's time to embrace these cards here on this side. It's time to look for the key as well, to unlock that negativity and to walk away from the negativity. But you need first to have some rest, because it's the rest and the contemplating in the rest that is going to bring you a little bit insight of, what, I am just making myself get stuck. I am not seeing a way out, but there is a way out. And it's just in my mind. It's just a belief that I can't do anything, but I can do stuff. Even though it's small, I can. And then, oh, I love this card, Golden Palace. I'm going to get the booklet for that. But of course, already, if you look at the card, it's beautiful. I think if you release the negativity, the Golden Palace is there for you. Now, I'm just going to have a read quickly what it says. It says there's always enough. Golden Palace, there's always enough. The Golden Palace card represents good fortune, ambitions fulfilled, wealth and prosperity. It may also indicate, and this is important for you, it may also indicate emotional fulfillment, as perhaps you're entering a time of happiness that's long overdue. So really, it is about getting out of negativity. It's releasing that and getting into your power again. The power of that Queen of Cups, the King of Swords, that Emperor. Also knowing that, things behind the scene, they will come out eventually, all those changes that happen behind the scenes. Okay, the message here is that self-worth isn't measured by what you have, no matter how abundant your life is. Instead, it comes from what you are, how authentically you're living your life, and how much love you're willing to share. Granted, receiving this card does indicate material gain and a furthering of tangible rewards, but things come and go, and knowing your true value leads to even greater riches now. Share the wealth. So it's also about helping other people see these new values that we're in the world. And maybe that is what you need to do. That is also embracing that emperor, being a leader in that, in sharing the ideas, the thoughts, and your emotional fulfillment, your emotional strength. I feel there is this thing that you have a message for the world as well, that, things will get better. Things are changing. Behind the scenes, yes, very invisible, small little steps that we can't see with the naked eye, but they are happening and they are busy going on. We just need to embrace it. And that will, believing that the world is in this phase of big change, and knowing that, or believing and having faith that there will be a better way. And it happened always like this, by the way, in history, if you go back, that enormous change, an enormous amount of bad and sad and horrible things happening. just before it shifted, just before the people took power again, and it shifted to being nice again, to be better, to wanting to be better again. I'm talking globally here, so, but this isn't the global reading. This is for you to know that you've got this. You can release the negativity. It will work out in the end, but you have to also have a little bit of faith and trust. Also here, again, there is always enough. And it's about getting out of your thoughts, and that the emotions, those thoughts and those emotions that work together and bring you completely down in this state here, to just get over them and get away from them by taking it easy and by stepping away from the loop thinking. Okay, Cancer, this is your reading for November. Hope you can work with this. Hope it's not too heavy. Anyway, thank you for being here. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, maybe give me a like, maybe give me a subscribe, maybe click the alarm bell so you know when other videos come up. There are many readings in the pipeline, considering we're nearing the end of this year and starting nearly at the beginning of 2022. Sneak peek on various areas of life for 2022 in the pipeline. Of course, the December reading, obviously. I'm trying to plan it all in. It's going to be hectic. I know it's going to be overwhelming for me, so I'm going to try to get them out as I can. So if you click the alarm bell, you at least know when new videos are up. I am also doing a daily guidance here on YouTube with the YouTube Shorts, that new thing, the short things they have on YouTube, same as TikTok and Instagram stories and Reels. Of course, I post that daily card also on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, and on TikTok nowadays. So you can find daily guidances over there. Now, the last thing I want to say is, if you're a subscriber and you are, following me, then you can win a tarot reading. The only thing you have to do is in the comments put the words Angel 2022, so Angel 2022. Only thing you have to do. You can do that here on YouTube. You can do that on my other social media as well. I will always consider all the comments, all the words Angel 2022. So that's it. Now, I just wanted to say, this is going on. You have time to enter the competition until the 31st of December included. At the end of that day, the competition closes. And I will announce the winner somewhere in the first 10 days of January, because I'll be taking a break. And so I'm not going to announce the winner immediately on December the 31st, but that's when I accept the last entries. So just that you know that. Angel 2022, and you have entered the competition. That's all. So subscribe, click that alarm bell so that you know everything that's going on, as well the special offers that are going to come up on my website. Maybe you gift yourself a tarot reading, or maybe you can offer one as a present to someone else for the holidays. Who knows? That will be all over on my website, which I'm currently reworking. And please forgive me if it's not fast, but it will be there up soon. Okay, that's it. Subscribe, click the alarm bell, and speak soon. Bye for now, Cancer.